More on the news breaking tonight that a boxer has died after his first professional fight in London. Sky's Emma Birchley has more. Emma, just tell us what's happened.
So, Sheriff Lawal, just 29 years old. It was his professional debut at Harrow Leisure Centre in northwest London last night. It was in the fourth round of 6 that he was knocked down by his opponent, Portuguese fighter Malam Varela. And he lost consciousness. Attempts were made to save his life. Ringside doctors, paramedics administered CPR according to reports and also used a defibrillator. He was taken to a nearby hospital, but very sadly, he was pronounced dead. This is obviously devastating for his family and for the world of boxing, and tributes have already been paid across social media and also by the British Boxing Board of Control, who sent their condolences to his family. Also, too, tributes from Tyson Fury ahead of his big fight in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, on Saturday. He has told The Sun, he said, God rest his soul, poor old fella. But he also said that you get into the sport knowing it's dangerous, you're not in there, he says, to tickle each other. But of course, this still absolutely an enormous shock for everyone, for his family, friends, and for the world of boxing.
Some very tragic, sad news indeed. The first fight of this young fighter's career, 29 years old, the first on the card, 4 rounds out of 6, and he just collapsed in the ring after being hit in the temple. And you heard the news reports. They took every measure that they could to try to save this guy's life, but he perished. He passed away. R.I.P. Sharif Lawal. Boxing, such a loved sport, very popular, but we often forget as fans, or maybe some people don't. Comment with your thoughts, your feelings, that we often forget, many of us, when we watch it, just how real and just how dangerous it is. The pros, I don't know if I want to say they make it look easy, but often just in general with pro sports, when you watch, you just are watching pros compete against pros, people in great shape, people who train hard, whether it's boxing, whether it's football, whatever it is. Often you might hear people say, oh, I could do that, or, this wasn't all that, or whatever. You're watching professionals do their thing out there. And in most sports, they're putting their health, their life on the line, especially boxing, UFC, combat sports. We've even seen, with boxers that didn't pass away, but let's just say like one of the greats, Muhammad Ali, dude was amazing, won way more than he lost. And the damage that was done to him, rest in peace to him as well. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's a guy that won more than he lost, hit other people way more than he got hit, but he still walked away, very strongly feeling the effects of that boxing career. I believe he was partially blind, some brain damage from head trauma, that led to another health condition and played a factor in. You know what I mean? This is no joke, and it's just so crazy, so wild. Like we said, his first fight, debut fight, 29 years old, the first fight on the card, and this happens. Just so shocking. I believe I was just hearing reports of another boxer passing away a few years ago, Patrick Day. Comment everyone out there if you remember that, if you watched that fight. And, for those that follow the sport of boxing more closely, don't get me wrong, I like boxing, I like UFC, but, when I jump on here and lay out my commentary, like I always like to say, I like to just keep it real with you guys. I don't claim to be an expert or nothing like that. I hop on here, chop it up on different topics, music, news, sports, current events, life, and much more. So make sure to subscribe if you're new, engage with the video and all that. But the whole idea is to coffee talk it up with y'all and hear from the people out there, you know. And some topics I'm like what I'm getting at is football. I follow it so closely. I watch it all. I feel to have a pretty good understanding of the game, and some other sports as well where I feel more comfortable with putting out takes and stuff like that. Boxing is not something I follow as closely. Maybe when I was younger, you know what I'm saying, back 90s, early 2000s, late 80s. You know what I mean? So for the boxing fans that follow closely, how often, have you heard of stuff like this, fighters passing away and things of that nature? I saw some a couple years ago where there was, you guys remember that scary footage, disturbing footage where there was that boxer in the ring, like swinging at the air. Something happened where he had some kind of head trauma, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like the average individual forgets just how dangerous this sport really is, and that these are pros out there, warriors who train their ass off to follow that dream and compete in the sport of boxing. You heard the champ, Tyson Fury, offering his condolences, but you heard what he said, man. They get in there to fight. I don't want to say it was weird, but he said, yeah, we ain't in there tickling each other. I get what he was saying. It just kind of tooketh me back a little bit with his choice of words, but that's really besides the point, I see some fans reacting to this and talking about it, and someone is saying another boxer passes away, and y'all don't want to talk about cheating or something about cheating. Again, for those boxing fans that stay up on everything, what is this individual referencing with this when it comes to cheating? Are they talking about loaded gloves or things like that? Is that what they mean? I remember there was like some big conspiracies going on and stuff when Wilder lost to Fury. Everything from crooked refs and judges, which I truly believe that does happen in boxing. I feel like boxing definitely is a sport where the fix is in, shall we say, in many instances. There's a lot of money on a lot of these fights, and a lot of dirty money gets involved in the sport one way or another, whether it's through promoters or people placing bets, and a lot of these judges can be bought, I'm sure. But do you guys remember that where they were saying Fury had loaded gloves? Is that what this person is saying? Something like that? Has there ever been an instance where someone had loaded gloves and they hurt someone bad and they got caught? Like, imagine if someone did that and something like this happened. Would that person be locked up, face charges? Comment your thoughts. Not something you see often in sports, someone being prosecuted or arrested for something that they did on the field or in the ring, or more recently, maybe 6 months ago or so, on the ice. I don't know if you guys caught that, where there was a hockey player that died from a skate to the neck, and it seemed very apparent from the footage that it was intentional, and they ended up charging the other guy. And I think that's right. I don't think you can go out there and straight up maliciously go at someone and end up killing them. That's bonkers, man. When it comes to a lot of sports that are physical, yeah, you go out there, put it all on the line, you could get hurt. But you know what I mean? That's a part of the game. But to go out there and truly try to hurt someone, that's just ludicrous and foul. But that's all I really got on this. Was a bit shocked by this news. Very sad. 29 years old, first fight, RIP. Let's talk in the comments. Stay tuned for updates. I'm about here.